right. Here we are. Check. Mic check. Everybody, sound off so I can see if I can hear you.
What it do, jive turkeys?
I hear you.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Okay, I think everybody sounds decent.
Sexy.
All right.
Let me see. Let me put it on so I can make sure I can hear. I'm on. Give me a thing. Oh, who's got the Kim Possible?
Oh, that'd be me.
Save the
That was
day.
nice.
KP was that girl, man. You know, all these remakes and whatchamajiggas that's coming out, and nobody's giving me a good adult Kim Possible or an adult Daria.
They did do a Kim Possible. Remember they did that movie?
Said adult Kim Possible, and I am ignoring what you speak of because that bullshit was not Kim Possible.
That was they fumbled the bag on that one. That didn't make no goddamn sense. I was like, how y'all do that one? Oh my god! All right, anyway,
had nerve to throw my boy in from the Goldbergs and thought it was
it's Ron. Yeah,
he was cool, casting. But he wasn't strong enough to hold it.
Yeah, not bad casting.
Mm-mm.
And then Drago and Shigo was whatever. Anyway,
yeah. Let's move on.
Oh, Disney and your nostalgic properties. All right, anyway. Hey, how y'all doing? We are live here on the Brogi Naric channel. I don't know if I'm talking like this, but anyway, we got a panel discussion here. We're going to be talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, which recently dropped on Disney Plus. A lot of highs and lows and love and nostalgic feelings surrounding this show. A lot of controversy because it's got to be controversial about every fucking thing. You know, how else do people make money? But we're going to be talking non-spoilers. Because I wanted to do a quick, not now. So if we're talking spoilers, my bad. Sorry, I forgot what words mean. We're doing spoiler discussion here on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I got some panelists with me. Got some first timers on the channel. First sister, AK Watch. Let the people know where they can find you.
Hey everyone! Thanks for having me on, Brogi. I know we've been trying to set this up for a minute. Our schedules have finally synced so we could do this. You can find me on my channel sometimes, which is AK Watch. Other times, you can find me with my friends because that's really where I be. I always tell folks, don't look for me on my channel. I'm rarely there. I hang out with everybody else that talks about all the cool shit and I chat with them. So feel free to follow me, and you can look in my descriptions on my channel and find everybody else that I be hanging with, so you can follow all those cool people too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the boy Brogi because he's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. The other guest we have is Ian Elliott Carter. I want to add the third to that, but I don't think you're the third.
Oh no, I'm the one and only, baby.
Let people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, you can find me on youtube.com/Ian Elliott Carter, previously of the controversy. I've changed it. No more fake names. It's just gonna be me. I'm gonna show you what I am. And yeah, we do stuff like what we're doing right now, nerdgasm stuff. I'm a big blurred at heart. I love talking Star Wars, Marvel, Dragon Ball, Boondocks, all that stuff. So if you want to join that conversation, come. And I'm glad to be on the stream with AK, man. I've heard so much about her from my boy Reggie. So I'm just happy to be on the stream.
That's what I met her through too.
I'm a fan. Blush, good sir. Thank you.
For sure, man. I'm gonna throw my panties.
And shout out to Reggie. Shout out to Reggie. Reggie's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last but not least, my boy Wallace Brandon D.
Yeah, sometimes known as Quispy Man, but not anymore.
Quispy Man.
Thank you for having me on. I know we've been trying to plan this out for a really long time, and I'd never get to do videos with you. Ever.
It's rare. It's very rare. Ever.
Rare that I show up on your channel. You can find me. I don't really do anything on YouTube or anywhere else, but I do have a podcast that I do with my dad, comic books. It's called Panel Surfing.
Nice.
You can find that pretty much everywhere.
It's a nice name.
Yeah,
that's and you do it with your dad. That's so cool.
Yeah, we're both.
Are you on
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever.
That's what I was going to ask. Spotify. Okay, let me go find you.
And we
so I can listen to what y'all talking about.
Awesome, thank you. We have social media, obviously, on Twitter and Instagram. That's Panel Surfing on Twitter and Panel Surfing with B&B, like bed and breakfast, but Barry and Brandon.
Clever. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
On Instagram. So, yeah, give it a listen. Give us a critique. please. We're
All
at this
right.
point. At this point, we're just begging people to leave some sort of rating or send us
I
some
left a
sort of
rating.
email. You left a
I gave
rating?
you a 5 star. Yeah, on
Yeah,
Spotify.
but you didn't leave a review.
I liked it.
Come
What
on,
the fuck
come
was
on,
5 stars?
Brogi.
didn't
You
leave a
gotta
review.
give
Give the
a couple
review,
words
man.
too,
You gotta
man.
give the
We
review.
say it at
God.
the end of every podcast. If you leave a review, you get the power cosmic for one day.
Yeah, okay. All
You
right.
gotta
I
feed the
gotta do it on
algorithm,
Spotify.
Brogi.
Maybe I gotta do it on the website because it doesn't have it on the mobile version. I'm not a bad
That's
person.
why I
Anyway.
don't fuck with the mobile version of Spotify.
I'm not a bad person.
The web version is so much better.
I'm really cool.
I'm not a fan person. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna talk about this Obi-Wan show. So I think we all know this was originally supposed to be a movie,
Right.
but Solo didn't do that well, so they got cold feet. And then The Mandalorian was doing very well, so they reworked it as a series. And I've been seeing slight debates on whether this whole show should have been a movie or a series. Honestly, I think it was better as a series. Because I think the movie just would have been another sort of like Solo,
much.
just another kind of
Too much in
like
a shorter amount of
okay-ish.
time.
Yeah, in a short
An
amount of time.
okay-ish cash grab, I think, is what it would have ended up being.
Yeah. So I think they made the right decision. Now we can kind of go quick with our grades. I'm gonna go with Ian first. You got a grade for this, or just a quick thoughts on what you thought of the whole season?
Oh yeah. I'm not ashamed to say I love this show. I'm gonna give it an 8. It had a lot of brain, had a lot of heart, had a lot of soul. Of course, it's not a perfect show. I do have a little bit of gripes, which I'll get into later. But as a grade goes, I loved it. And as we were talking about Disney owning Star Wars, ever since the Mouse of the House bought that check from George Lucas, that's the main thing I wanted was a Kenobi movie. I was like, Kenobi, what? Han Solo?
Same.
I don't want to see that. Kenobi, what? What is this? Boba Fett? Get that shit out of here. I want Kenobi. And they finally gave it to us. So I was so happy about that. So all else fails, like they listened to the fans, and they got Ewan McGregor at the perfect age in between, like when he's Alec McGinnis and, you know, the younger version of him 10 years ago. So I think that was perfect timing on it too.
Okay. AK, quick thoughts on the season overall.
Yeah, season overall, I'm in agreement with Ian. I give that 8 points also on the scale. I liked the action. There was maybe a few parts that drug on a little bit too long, but they kept the pace pretty steady going with the story and the world building, and just giving us like some nice good chunks of juiciness that we could get into and follow week to week. I don't think there's ever a point where I could say it was really boring. You know, it like I said, it drug on a little bit in small parts, but I love the pacing. I loved all the action. The fight scenes were of the greatest, you know, especially when it came to Vader. Just everything that you want to see from Vader, we got in them quick shots, and I thought it was great. I very much love the character of little Leia. I'm gonna speak more on that later because y'all know I got beef about that. But overall, a solid 8. If they did a season 2, I would watch.
Okay, Wally.
I'm gonna agree with Ian and AK. I'm giving it an 8 as well. So
8 across the board.
Yeah, 8 across the board. Brogi, you better agree with us. Otherwise, you're gonna be
that's not the problem.
About to come in here with storm clouds.
You're gonna be
I'm not gonna come in on the storm cloud. I wanted to, like at the beginning, I wanted to, but I got to give this show props as it went on. Some of my problems I had, they did solve, and surprisingly kind of wrapped up most of them in that last episode. Because I was like, how the fuck are they gonna wrap all this up in that last episode?
They were very self-aware.
Yeah,
man,
it's almost like being mad at a series at the very beginning of it is kind of silly.
Oh yeah, message.
You think?
I love it.
Like, oh wait, do we have to just watch and wait and see what happens? Oh,
yeah,
that's
true. Oh my God, they didn't drop all 8 episodes in one night.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You're absolutely right. They stuck the landing, I would say, for the most part. But the more I think about it, I think what kind of messed me up was I binge watched Clone Wars. Right. I finished up Clone Wars before I watched this show because I thought I needed it in preparation for this show, and then I realized I really didn't. No. And that I've
never seen an episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's good shit. Don't get me wrong, it's a good show.
It's good.
But
it's
like,
yeah, I'll get around to it sometime. I just didn't feel like I needed it.
You got a lot of time to get.
I was on a certain echelon of what I wanted the show to be, and the show wasn't quite there, but it wasn't bad. I do think this was better than Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett.
Hands
But
down.
and I would give it a B minus, B minus, or I give it a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, whatever. But we're all in the same range, so we all generally like this show, and I love the Obi-Wan Kenobi character. But then there was problems I had with the show where I was kind of like, because a lot of people love this show, I get it, especially a lot of people who are big fans of the prequels. I'm not someone who is I don't like the revisionist history around the prequels. A lot of people are now unabashedly in love with the prequels. I'm like, I still remember those movies, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I love Revenge of the Sith though. To me, it's one of the best Star Wars movies. I like
Attack of the Clones a lot for some reason.
You like Attack of
Episode 1?
I'm the weirdo.
You're an episode. Episode 1 had a great, one of the best lightsaber battles of all time.
Yeah.
When I tell people
one
that
had
never
set the stage.
Exactly. When I tell people that haven't watched Star Wars, I usually say, "Hey, start with 4 and then 5, and then when you get that reveal of spoiler, Darth Vader is Luke's father."
Spoiler, a whole couple decades later.
Go back to 1. Yeah, go back to 1, 2, and 3, and then get back right there to Return to the Jedi. And that's how I usually tell people how to watch it, because I love it watching that way. Right. That was random. I'm sorry.
No. You're fine. You're fine. But the thing about it is, I was worried because I realized that this didn't have that Jon Favreau and that what's his name, Dave Filoni magic on it. It was missing a little bit of that sauce. Just a little bit, but they hung in there. I will say they just a little bit. They was missing that sauce just a little bit, and I started to realize something about Star Wars. If it ain't Mando, I don't care.
Wow.
I realized that with myself. If it ain't Mando, I don't think I care that much. I don't know. I'm just big. I think I'm more interested in the Mando world than I am with the old Skywalker stuff. After this, I'm kind of done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see.
Oh, so you're copying me?
Am I copying you? I think I came to that realization.
We've had this conversation.
After that, I'm like,
done after Obi-Wan.
Yeah, after Obi, I'm like, all right, I'm
like what they like, you know?
Oh, for sure. No,
I'm not saying when it comes to fans, when it comes to fans, you just got to find your niche. And if you don't mess with something, then okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to. That's why we have all these other great fandoms and branches on all of our fandoms. You can go find something else and watch what you want. You don't have to trash what's going on. And that's a big thing I have issues with in the Star Wars fandom that I really am just now seeing, because I do dig Star Wars, but I'm not into it as much as other folks. But getting into this show, I started seeing where I get all the complaints from on Twitter that people are telling me about. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. Let me do some investigation. I said, they going there with it. Oh, okay. Look here, Star Wars people. Okay. First of all, we missed out on what could have been a really, really great trajectory for a character called Jar Jar Binks. If you assholes would have calmed down a little bit. You
gotta let her talk, because I gotta hear this.
Okay. Look, there was a Dark Sith storyline that was in in the works, but because Star Wars fans responded so horribly to that character, it was changed and they just let it be a horrible character, which I think was stupid. But I'm not paid to make those decisions, so that's not my business, neither here nor there. Okay, that's fine. But that's a fake character. Okay, you know what? I ain't really gonna bring no bones to that. But when it comes to this show, the two most things that I found out about before I even started watching was how people were responding to little baby Leia and responding to our third sister. I need y'all to get y'all shit together. There's no cleaner way for me to say that. Just get y'all shit together. Y'all really out here on these Twitter streets yelling and screaming at a 10-year-old baby girl about how she's playing this character. First of all, if you're mad about how she played this character, I feel like you are not a fan of the whole franchise at all. Because if you look at Leia and everything she stands for and who she is, of course she's gonna be a mouthy ass little 10-year-old.
That's her. Yep.
How was she not a mouthy ass 10-year-old? You see the woman she grew up to be.
Her first
Like, am I
line,
wrong?
basically, when she met Luke Skywalker, was "You're a little short to be a stormtrooper."
You're a little short.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
talking
her.
She was
shit.
talking
Yeah,
shit from 5 seconds
true.
in that we met her.
Yeah.
Of course she's going to be this little mouthy ass child. Of course she's going to be a smart aleck in every situation because she is going to do what her mind is telling her to do. Okay, yeah, she didn't take the Obi-Wan right away, but why would she? She's the daughter of a very high profile person. She knows what the fuck is up, okay? Yep. So no, she's not going to just say, "Are you sure my dad sent you? Where the army at? You didn't come here with no credentials, looking like an old scruffy dude, and I'm supposed to just trust you." And and mind you, this was partway into her being kidnapped. So yeah, of course she's gonna have some questions. She's gonna tread lightly. Yes, okay. Little girl shouldn't have ran away the first time. She just listened to daddy. Put your regular outfit back on. Come back and apologize to your little bullshit cousin. We know he about some fuck shit. I appreciated everything she said to him because she read him for filth and he deserved it.
For what he was.
However, AK, do you think it's in her DNA? Like her original father was a little bit rebellious.
More like her mom, really.
Her mom was too. You're right.
Yeah. Both of them was.
And that is the culmination of this little girl. Like, and Obi-Wan said it. Look, you have these qualities from your mama. You have these qualities from your daddy. I still think she's a little more Leia than she is Darth. I mean, she's a little more Padme than she is Darth. But either way, this little girl was doing the damn thing. And the stuff that I saw fans online saying about her was appalling. And even more so when it came to our third sister, Reva.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's stay on Leia right now. Hold on. Let's stay on Leia right now.
All right, come through. My bad. So I was in a phase. I agree.
The outrage was a bit much. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't all that on her acting, but she is young. I get it. She's young. I think they gave her a little too much to do early on, but I like that the show, it kind of dissipated a little bit. She had her moments where she popped up, and I was like, okay, I didn't hate her. And she's young. Her and they're both young kids. It is what it is. I was not expecting the show to focus as much on her, like her being like the main crux of the plot. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna be Luke either. I thought it was gonna be something completely different. But the fact that they brought in Leia, I like that. That was a good. I
liked it though because we've gotten so much Luke overall. Yeah. Give me a little thing about Leia, please.
And I remember when the first episode, whenever they actually met, I was like, I just stopped. I literally paused. I was like, can they do that? Are they breaking continuity? And then I literally went back in my head, like, wait a minute. They're not. They can do that. I was like, go on. You got me. Okay. Because, it does fit.
Some of it fits, some of it doesn't, but it's like,
there's a few little hiccups.
Right. Star Wars always mix and matches what it wants to be canon and that. So I don't. Right. I'm not here to have that argument.
You can't hold them to that too much.
You can't hold it. You really can't. Lucas did it. Filoni did it. Disney's doing it. Does it? Everybody does it. It is what it is.
And I wanted to say something too. What after AK was saying, whenever I see stuff like that on Twitter, especially with Reva, because I went back and forth with someone about Reva. I'm not even gonna waste anyone's time that's talking about a 10-year-old girl. But what they said about Reva. I was like, man, shut up, virgin. That's all I really said.
The Reva shit was crazy because there was the rumors, which is always usually those lying rumors where they're like, oh, this random female character is actually the star of the show, and they're taking it away from the classic character. That did not happen. That was a false narrative.
In outer space.
That was such a false narrative because if you watch the show, she's barely in the episodes.
Right, really.
Like she's a heavy background character, but no, she's not the star. I would say she is one of the secondary characters who helps to fulfill the overall narrative of the first draft characters, and that's fine. And you know what? She did a damn good job doing it. Right. Like from what I found with this show. And seeing all of this nonsense that unfurled on Twitter is Star Wars fans are the worst at getting new material. Like you assholes all say that you want more things in that universe. You want to see more adventures and blah, 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 blah. And then when you get that, all you do is whine and cry about it because it doesn't look like the old shit that we've seen 30 damn times already. Well, Make up your fucking mind.
There's that common saying that everyone says, nobody hates Star Wars. Like Star Wars fans.
Like Star Wars, yeah. And I definitely found that with this show, and I'm like, y'all, if y'all just sit and chill for a minute, you might actually enjoy some of these things coming out. So now I'm actually going to have to go back and actually check out that Han Solo movie and check out some of the other things that I didn't watch because of all the random shit. Yeah. Well, I honestly didn't have a lot of time for it when that was happening. And I because all the shit that's going on now and, you know, my personal stuff, I haven't had time to sit down and watch it recently either, but I'm going to now because I think it was probably normally I don't pay attention to critics, but you know, every now and then I let myself get put into the sunken place, and I do believe what's happening. But I'm gonna go watch now. I'm gonna go watch now because it was probably a little bit better than I've heard. So, and I'm an Emilia Clarke fan. It's the cutting edge of fine. I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, I was like, it is perfectly middle of the road.
Yeah,
you know what? There's nothing wrong with that though. I like some middle of the road things.
Yeah.
They had different directors taking over, and that kind of screwed up everything. But so that was the thing going on with Reva. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't not familiar with this actress. I don't think she's a bad actress. I really do think some of the direction that she was given was a little off.
Done some things differently.
Yeah, it seems she was kind of playing. She was a little more campier than what everybody else was doing, and it kind of stuck out. That's just me, the way I took her performance at certain moments.
I can get that criticism as long as you're not just like, hey, you're a woman and you're black and you suck.
Right.
What does this have to do with anything? Like, if it's
a critique, was a little campier than what I'm like.
Yeah,
they could have told her to do something else different, but she wasn't bad. She did great in the action.
No, I think she played the part that they gave her to play, and I liked what I saw from her. I think her storyline, especially in the finale, was really skewed.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me, some of the decisions that she made from the person that they have showed us to be. So that was my biggest beef with the character. Is she wasn't making sense near the end. But outside of that, I thought she was great. And I loved how they did that she was one of the little padded ones. I thought that was pretty spectacular.
Right.
The overall concept of like one of the younglings surviving Order 66, I think was a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, her whole,
especially when they put in that breadcrumb in the very beginning that said, you know, some of the Jedi became Sith so they could just escape and be okay. So, it makes sense. Show us one of those kids that did that.
Right. Well, her whole character essentially is she's a youngling who survived, and the only reason she has survived is because she held on to that anger. So as far as her character is concerned, while she is an adult, she does purposely act like an angry child.
Yeah, she does.
She never got to grow up past that.
Mm-hmm.
And see, and I understand that, and I know that's the place they were coming from, and I like that about it. But those last minute decisions that happened on Tatooine, it just didn't fit that narrative. We already figured out your game.
Exactly.
Obi-Wan figured it out. He tried to get you to where you wanted to be, and also he was trying to save his ass. So again, that was smart for him to tap into that. But now you over here doing this nonsense, and it makes no sense because how did you even put all that shit together? It just why?
Yeah, see, that's where some of the writing comes in, where it's like I think
that's where it fell short.
They nailed the big moments, which I would say would be the interaction between Obi and Vader, and even some of the stuff with him and Leia. But then some of the other newer stuff they were adding was a bit weak. Like, I didn't think any of the new side characters were all that great. You know, like Camille and Johnny's character.
You didn't like Johnny's character?
No, I didn't.
I didn't like Lady Ilaria, though.
You didn't like Ice Cube set up in there?
I didn't like him. Just being there.
Leave Baby Cube alone.
He was fine.
I love O'Shea.
He was fine, but I wasn't like.
I like his character.
I'm not buying that action figure anytime soon. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, I'm not doing that either. But I appreciated his character.
And there was a rumor going around that he was going to probably be this guy here, and that fell completely short.
Yeah,
he's one of the Jedi's from Clone Wars. His name popped up on that wall when they had the wall with the. That was the place where the Jedi's had went through. His name was on that wall, so people were like, "Oh, is he playing this guy?" And I was like, "Maybe."
No,
he was not. He was not. So it is what it is.
Okay.
But I like Tala though. What was her name? Tala, was that her name? Tala?
No, the one that
she will forever be Ilaria Sand to me.
Okay.
I think that was her name.
She will forever be Ilaria Sand. I'm sorry. Game of Thrones rules everything still.
She was cool. She was clutch.
I really liked her character.
She was clutch. I'll give her that.
She was badass. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that loader droid.
Loader droid was fun.
Yeah, that loader droid, that
loader droid was cool.
Yeah,
he was
silent, but
really, I like. Say it again, Ian.
Oh, I was like, yeah, he was silent, but he actually a lot of his silence said a lot in some scenes, though. I did like that too.
Yeah.
He was with like when them guards were in there talking about, no, it's just a loader droid. It doesn't talk and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, he's sitting there understanding exactly what they're saying. Got that wrench coming in clutch with his hand behind him, just wait.
That was hard.
Yeah, do something. Yeah. I dare you.
He was ready to go. Another sort of weak element, or this kind of got dropped as the show went on, was the Inquisitors.
Oh.
What was the point of them?
Yeah,
they were kind of bland. I'll give you that.
We could have did all this without Reva being an Inquisitor.
Yeah,
they were there,
and also fun fact that I just found out about not too long ago. Our guy over here, what was he, like the first brother?
Second brother.
Second brother, the side piece brother with the hat on. That was Han from Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah, Fast and Furious. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
I remember when he got casted. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But they were just there, and I remember when he got stabbed. I'm like, well, I know he's not dead because this was before Rebels. I know he's like the main bad guy in Rebels.
Yeah, that's what my boys were telling me. They're like, oh no, he'll be back. It's like, okay.
Yeah, right. And
they didn't get his head shape right.
Yeah, a lot of people was complaining about that. Like, I have no love lost for Rebels, so I was like, they could have did better, but it is.
Does the head shape really matter that much in a long run?
It really doesn't.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the thing I found about Star Wars fan. Like, y'all just nitpicking on the smallest things. Mm-hmm. Just watch stuff with a less objective eye. Enjoy the content. Be happy people still want to work in this universe that we love. Like, what the hell are we doing out here? Y'all just complaining about bullshit. Stop it.
Yeah. A lot of people were complaining about Obi at the beginning because they were like, oh, he's so weak. And I'm like, well, that's part of the story.
Well, he's traumatized.
They made him bow to a female stormtrooper. Don't you know? All the stormtroopers are clones.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
Bro. The ridiculousness that I've seen come from this fandom. I'm like, oh, y'all motherfuckers are worse than Game of Thrones book stands. Like, and mind you, I'm a Game of Thrones book stand. I don't fuck with none of this nonsense. This toxic bullshit. Like, stop it.
They've been terrible.
I mean, they did bully the creator to sell the company. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it doesn't get worse than that.
That's the reason why George Lucas sold that shit.
Yeah,
even though he's like,
because he got tired. He got tired of the nonsense.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I can't keep up with this.
You gonna tell him what to do with his own creation? That's
with his own shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was fucking up a little bit, but anyway. So
it don't matter. That was still his shit.
Yeah, it was still his shit though. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Shut the fuck up. Come on.
Yeah,
that's true. It is his. Exactly. Right. It is his shit. Fuck up.
And just shut up and enjoy some content.
Like, fuck you guys. You're getting a Jar Jar Binks movie. Just 8 hours
exactly. And if you think you could do better, create something else as big as Star Wars. If you can do better,
dude. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw some of the concept art.
Let's go.
I don't know if I've seen the concept art, but I've certainly seen like the videos and stuff.
I saw some of it and heard like a few of the voiceovers that were done for it. Like, yo, that would have been a killer secret storyline to come in at a later date. Like, oh, bruh. But we missed out on that.
I think not using Jar Jar more was a waste of Ahmed Best. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was the weird thing. I agree with that. They never brought him back to do anything
at all. Like, they just completely cut it because of that backlash.
He's in the bar in the Clone Wars. Him and Anthony Daniels are there playing themselves.
Such a waste, like you said.
Yeah,
right.
Such a waste.
That's C-3PO, right? Anthony Daniels
is C-3PO.
Yeah. All right. So like I said, I want that. That was parts when the show began. I was kind of getting a little frustrated. Not as bad as Boba Fett because I have more respect for the Obi-Wan character. Ewan McGregor was doing some really good acting in this, and carrying it as best he could as old Obi-Wan there. And of course,
can I highlight something?
Yeah,
real quick, just because of that last pick that you just put up. Right. I thought it was a really, really good attention to detail for them to show that he can't just throw a punch like he used to be able to without it hurting. Because, when you're a fighter, you learn to take those hits. And for anyone that doesn't know, that's never had any type of training with it, when you hit someone, you still feel that pain too.
Yep.
What you're trained to do is to take that pain and not think about it and keep going until you win the fight or the match is over or whatever is supposed to happen at the end. And him being off his game and having been away from actually tapping into the Force and knowing how to properly fight and defend himself, I thought they played that extremely well. That's one of my highlights for the whole series overall.
Yeah.
Is that they showed that PTSD properly when it came to him and the journey that he had to go on. So
I agree.
You know, stars for that.
Absolutely. And who else cried when he said, "Anakin, I'm so sorry." You know, that right.
I was close, but I held it.
Final fight, that was dope. That
fight, but Vader hit him back though. Vader hit him back like, "Oh, Obi-Wan, don't be sad, bro. No, you didn't do that.
You didn't do it.
I killed Anakin Skywalker, and that was a smirk he gave him.
It's the Obi-Wan.
Hey, let me talk about that scene real quick. That was a very good full circle moment because back in the day, people would be like, "Why is Obi-Wan lying to this guy so much? Why does he keep lying to Luke?" This was basically like, he said that to me. He killed your father. Yeah. So like that was to me that was a very good full circle moment, and they'll probably make Return of the Jedi look a little bit better.
Yeah, and that was such a good scene. But there's more to be said about that. We'll tap into it when we actually get to that episode.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We're going.
That was my bad. I took us off track first.
Another low key all star I gotta give to Joel Edgerton.
Yeah,
as fucking Uncle Owen,
unsung hero of the series.
He killed it. I gotta give him props. He did good in his 2 scenes. But,
hey, Obi, bruh, the boy don't need you. Okay, roll out. Well, you gotta be trained. Oh, like he trained you, like you trained his father. Word, where you at right now?
Right.
Talk that shit, Owen. Talk that shit.
Where are all your friends? Yeah, what happened to them?
What happened to them? Yeah.
You're wrong for that, man.
And also, actually, since we're in this part, because it lines up perfectly also with Leia's storyline, fuck you, Obi-Wan, for trying to dismiss Leia like she don't matter when her dad asked you for help. I thought that was some fuck shit, and I wanted to punch you in the throat. Just saying.
He didn't want to get involved. He was not prepared.
But he quick to want to get involved with Luke's life. Dropping off toys and shit.
Obligation.
Hey, but look.
He said, "Well, that's your job."
In his defense,
but they twins.
In his defense, Luke is living in an igloo. Leia is living in a mansion.
So she still needs
a little bit more help.
She still need to be trained. And it wasn't even really about the training. When he was asked to go help and find this little girl, that was the excuse he used was, "No, I need to stay here and be close to Luke." A little 10-year-old girl was just kidnapped, my bro.
He said, "That's my old job. I don't do that job no more." He said, "I don't work there no more. I don't do that no more."
I'm calling Obi-Wan out for that. That was some bullshit.
No, you're absolutely right. You calling him out for that. I'm calling him out for the fact that Jedis are illegal. He's got to go save somebody. Let me dress as a Jedi.
But everyone on Tatooine dresses like a Jedi.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm calling him out for that.
Not even that. You know, the shit that really pissed me off is when he actually got Leia and they had on perfectly fine disguises. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker said, "We got to go change our clothes and look like Jedis
right
before we go and get on the escape ship."
Oh wait, my face is plastered all over the city. Let me not cover my face real quick. Like, what? Let me
put this old hoodie on that everybody is gonna be looking for.
It's just little nitty things like that was kind of weird. What was the other thing? Nobody in the first episode, no one can catch Leia because she's
that was the worst part of the whole series.
This little tiny ass 10-year-old girl.
Yeah. That was like
you can't catch her.
It was like a Power. It was like a Power Rangers.
It was a little like trashy Power Rangers.
It's like they were skipping to try to chase after her versus actually running.
They should have thought
they were going to do some Home Alone shit. 10-year-old getting away from me.
Yeah, that was the worst part of the whole series. I definitely agree.
That was that I will absolutely agree. That was dumb.
I was like, all right, what are we doing here? Because I thought maybe she was going to bust out some crazy Jedi like flips or something. Just a little.
You know what?
Hit. I thought they were going to do that, but they didn't.
That her and Organa had, you would think that maybe it might have been some Ned and Arya Stark secret shit where she was learning how to fight already because he saw in her that strength. But no, she just was running away scared. Like, and I get it. You got all that mouth.
Oh,
you got all that mouth. You think you're invincible, but you still need to be able to figure your shit out. And let's not, let's call it like it is. You started this situation, baby girl. If you would have did what your daddy told you to do right then,
you would have stayed in the house.
You wouldn't have been in the forest to get snatched.
Instead of sneaking around, we wouldn't be in this trouble.
That's the truth of the matter, Not to victim blame. It just is what it is.
Right.
Just saying.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Let's put the blame where it's due.
Right. But one of the other characters that really, I think, with Obi-Wan carried this series was definitely this guy right here, Darth Vader.
Bro.
Holy shit.
Never have I liked seeing Vader in a fight more than these little couple episodes when my boy rolled into town and was just dragging people along and just doing shit for chaos reasons and not giving a fuck about anything.
Just straight up murdering people. Like when he snapped that kid, I was rewatching that. I told Ian, I was like, I can't believe they got away with snapping that kid's neck. That shit. No.
Look, this is the era of Disney Plus. Okay, people were worried about when the Netflix Marvel shows came on. I'm like, look, I've been telling motherfuckers Disney has been dark for years. You assholes just have not been paying attention to the narrative. Disney knows exactly what its audience want at any given time. Okay, they don't care that the mom and pop shareholders are in charge anymore. They're going for where the big money is, and those mom and pop shareholders are going to do what their kids tell them to do because that's the shit their kids want to see.
Yeah, when I was doing my review, I was like, man, I don't know what this dude's obsession is with kids, but keep your children away from him. He is just killing kids left and right.
Son.
Right. He's got a problem. He's got a serious problem.
Why is it every Disney movie, either a mother or a father has to die?
Yeah.
Like, why is that always the narrative? Somebody in the family got to die for this kid to come into their power.
Yeah.
Every super.
Something messed up about an individual. You motherfuckers can talk about Stephen King and his crazy ass mind all you want to. Look at Disney. Okay?
Yeah.
He been at it for a lot longer.
I want to give some props to Hayden. I did not realize he was in the Vader suit. So that's kind of cool.
That was
they
him.
actually had him in the suit.
Well, they also had James Earl Jones come back for the voice as well. And that
they said he did. They were also saying it was like the AI voice.
Okay, it was like
So
there's like a
little.
He's recorded the whole Bible.
Finish up.
I was about to say, James Earl Jones has like recorded the whole Bible, so they literally have every word from James Earl Jones. So they
I think they compiled all the lines using pre-recorded things already, but because it is still all his voice, he is credited.
Absolutely, he's credited. I'm pretty sure they sent him a check too, as he should be.
Oh, of course they did.
Absolutely.
Well, because remember I think the last time he actually voiced Vader was in Rogue One.
Rogue One.
And you could tell
it's rough.
It's a little rough.
But
it worked out the way they did
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, and what I will say for them getting, because Hayden, before the Twitterverse, and everything else was out there, Hayden was still getting a lot of hate for the way he played his character when he first came out, and I thought that was ridiculous. And if you look at his filmographies, he didn't do too much after Star Wars, and that's specifically because there was Takers and
Jumper, which was terrible.
No, Jumper,
Jumper,
It was
Chris Evans one.
Yeah, and that was directly. Push was Captain America. Yeah, but that was directly because of the random backlash with Star Wars fans, and I thought that was fucking sick because the kid's not a bad actor. Sure, did he need to hone his skills a little bit more? Absolutely. Yes. But
I want to defend him. That's
with every young person going into acting,
Go ahead, defend him before I shit on him.
Okay, I want to defend him.
Go ahead. Defend him? No, I'm not shitting on him. No. What I was going to say is I'm glad that they got him back. I'm glad they got him back and he was able to come in, but I think they should have CGI'd him a little bit better. So he could look the part of still being a Padawan in some of these scenes. But I love that last Vader scene because it was just, and the mix of his voice with James Earl Jones's voice in the robotics was just chef's kiss. Go ahead, Ian.
But no, I do want to defend not even just his performance, but just the writing on Hayden Christensen when it comes to Anakin Skywalker. One of the first times we see Luke Skywalker, he's a whiny little bitch. I know how to go in there and get the parts. And And then that's basically we start seeing where that came from.
We see where he got it from.
He came from
I think
Anakin
you mean the
Skywalker.
entire time we see Skywalker,
And then
right?
let's fast forward to a guy named Kylo Ren. He's a little whiny bitch too.
I actually like whiny Kylo.
Exact same.
Whiny Kylo was funny to me. Actually, by that point, I got
that all the Skywalker men are whiny little bitches.
They are.
So that's my defense. That's my defense.
No, I agree.
When it comes to Anakin Skywalker, all of them. It's like the
see,
female is the only one that's not like that.
That goes back to what I was saying in the beginning with baby Leia. Of course, this is the kid that is going to grow up to be Darth Vader. Of course, this is him in middle life in school. Like Obi-Wan said, no, you have this perpetual thing to where you need to win, to where you just need to prove that you're better than everyone. And that is why you fail. Yeah. And he still doesn't understand that point because look what the fuck happened.
Yeah, that was the scene. Like, so I think he was good in the suit, but that moment when we do see him act, I was like, oh, his acting is still wooden, but he has better dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he has better dialogue.
He has better dialogue.
That final scene.
Yeah, he can smooth it out a little bit, but I was like, okay, he still has that sort of stiff style. I guess that's just how he is.
And also, he's been out the game for how long at this point?
Years.
Okay, you know what? That's true. He's been out the game for a little bit. I'll give you that. But you're right. Yeah, the CG was a little off on that. I was like, wait, he's dressed like Attack of the Clones, but he looks like current day.
He looks like the middle age that he's in, and there's nothing wrong with that.
What's going on, fellow kids?
Right,
y'all need to incorporate that de-aging thing that's going on.
Didn't work out.
I think you should utilize that a little bit better.
I don't think they used any de-aging on either of them. I think they were just.
Well, for Obi-Wan, I don't think Obi-Wan really needed it. You know, he had the beard. And Obi-Wan looks the age that he should have been at that time. Hayden Christensen, though, for those things, he was still young Padawan. So he needed to look younger.
Yeah, I was like, he's 40 now. He was 19 when he did episode 2.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What's up?
Yeah, he was right out of college.
This right here. And did y'all notice the color changes when they were doing that? Like when it was full Vader, it was
really
red,
linked in on
then
that.
It switched to blue. I love that attention to detail.
And
that was so great.
The red and yellow in his eyes disappears when the blue light's on him.
Yeah, it's so great. I love that.
That was like I said,
all of that everywhere.
Yeah, those moments with him and with Obi-Wan and Vader were definitely the top tier moments of this series, and they didn't drop the ball on that. That's why I can't fully shit on this show because when they needed to deliver, they delivered.
They did.
They really did.
That's why they got an 8 across the board.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we're anything special on judging anything, but
right.
There's a reason that a group of fans like us that can critique this show so heavily can still give it an 8 out of 10.
No, I definitely agree, and can't nobody argue this. Disney has done Darth Vader better than George Lucas himself. I will go on the grave and say
I have to agree.
Absolute
I have to agree with that one. I think this fight with them on that planet was better than what was in Revenge of the Sith.
One of the best. Oh my god!
And a lot of people love the Revenge of the Sith fight, but I think it's
too long,
over the top.
Dude, I rewatched all of these Vader scenes so many times. Even the few minutes with him walking into town and just randomly dragging people with the Force and snapping necks and just randomly fucking people up for no damn reason, just for the chaos of it all.
Him
like
pulling
it's
Vader
so Vader.
Him pulling Obi through the fire.
That was personal.
That was perfect.
That was cool as shit. I didn't like that he let him get away. I thought that was ridiculous. But other than that.
That kind of showed there was a little bit of goodness in him. Because I feel like he could have killed him in that second. And then he's like,
I
think in that moment he thought if I let him get away, he's going to lead me to the formation of the rebellion. Essentially,
you think so?
I think so.
I think it was just he wanted to continue the chase and wanted to have some more fun and enjoy and revel in what he was doing. So he let him go so he could start all over again.
I disagree because I listened to a breakdown I actually agreed with. Whenever he drug him in the whole time when he's killing people in the town, he's trying to bring him out, obviously, because Jedi, that's what they do. They save people. So I think in that moment, he obviously wanted to show him how strong he's gotten. He obviously wanted to get a little bit of revenge of getting burnt up. And that moment when he released him, I think he did have a moment because in the comics, Vader does struggle a little bit with the light and the dark, even though obviously the dark has covered him up. But in that moment, I feel like I still have a little bit of love for you, because if he was 100% evil, which Darth Vader is like 99% evil, he would never went back to the light and Return of the Jedi. So I think there was a little bit of him like,
no, you know what?
Guys.
That's actually very true, because we saw all nodes of that in one of the final scenes of the show, where his master was sitting there talking to him like, oh, it seems like you might still have some feelings going on there. You sure you good, my guy?
Yes.
And he was like, oh, I only ever serve you, my master. Nah, motherfucker, he called you out on your shit.
He's right.
You trying to cover that now. And he's right.
He
was
right. Like 30-second scene was better than all of Return of Rise of Skywalker. Without that one scene there, he clips all of that bullshit in Rise of Skywalker.
It summed it up in literally 40 seconds of dialogue.
Yes. I was like, how do we like what? That was way more effective than him coming back as on the what was he on, like the breath on the ventilator or whatever the fuck was going on in that movie. I don't remember.
Anyways, robot arm.
Yeah, and robot arms and his weird cult
I got a
chanting
question.
and all of that bullshit. Yeah, go ahead, AK.
I gotta and this isn't really anything towards the show, but just for you guys who are probably into the fandom, more than I am, I'd like to get your opinion on it. The fact that the suit Vader was given is purposely made to still cause him pain and cap a lot of his abilities,
just to piss him off.
How did Vader never notice?
Vader
that's
does
what was happening,
I believe.
Does he?
In the comics, he even refuses to get an upgraded suit.
Oh,
he lives in Mustafar just to be pissed off.
Yeah, so, just to remind him of his one biggest failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
see, I'm not into the fandom enough to know all of that in the histories. So, all right, cool. That makes sense then.
I wanted to say this tweet that I had this week, though. Cool. Whenever you mentioned the Emperor saying that, are you sure that you're with this? Your feelings seems like they're a little misguided. I had this funny tweet. I was like, yo, are you sure that you're with this? Basically what he said. And he's like, no, I still love you, baby. He means nothing to me.
Baby,
I was just trying to make it
love you.
funny.
Like, no, girl, I'm here for you. What you talking about? What?
He doesn't mean nothing to me anymore. I love you, baby.
That is hilarious to even think about it on that level.
That's kind of what it was. It means nothing.
I love that. You know what? I bet if I went over to my fan fiction sites right now, there are so many stories there just waiting to be read. Yeah. If y'all didn't know, Brogi, I don't think you've been around me long enough. Yeah, I'm totally a fan fiction writer, and
Well,
I be thinking about these things.
I see them tweets. I've been seeing them tweets. I've been seeing them tweets you be tweeting.
Every now and then, it's rare that I make a reference to any of my fan fiction though, because I'm like Erykah Badu. Y'all remember when Erykah Badu first came out? I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit.
Yeah.
So it's very rare that I put my fanfic stuff out there. But yeah, it's hilarious that that whole exchange between him and Vader went down.
Sound like funny. A jealous girlfriend for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was. He had to check up on him.
I mean, you got a nice house. You could lose it. I'm just saying.
I mean, like, you sure?
Chasing
you okay? I mean, you seem like you a little bit bothered, baby. I mean, you good?
I see you texting.
Are we good? I thought I was the one you was focusing on.
You don't really got that. You don't really got that much shit. It wouldn't be too hard for you to pack and leave.
Right.
Then we're coming up on this castle. I'm
tired of talking about your ex. This is all we talk about.
Right.
Like, this is all we talk about. And he got to come in like, no, baby, come on now. You know how it is. Oh, I ain't thinking about her, girl. I'm here with you.
Oh my God. But there was a cameo that I was waiting for. We got it. I was a little on it.
Who was
the cameo? Let me stretch before I do this. Who was the cameo?
It was my man's Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Lee from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, Liam Neeson's. Liam Neeson's. From Cooking.
Did you say from Tooken?
That's what they said.
Sir.
They said from Tooken. He said Liam Neeson's from Tooken. He popped up to be.
My only beef with this is that they literally waited until the final scene of the show to put this in there. If y'all don't give me a season 2 now, where Qui-Gon is his Force Ghost guide to some extra cool shit, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's what happened earlier. I was not expecting it to be right at the end of the episode just for him to be like, "Hey, we got more adventures." I'm like, "Oh, come on!"
Look, that had better be the setup to some cool shit for a season 2, because otherwise, y'all could have kept that.
How much do you think he got paid?
You do not give a character like Qui-Gon unless you're planning on using him for something worthwhile.
Yeah, he got at least 100,000.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, no, it was an easy check for sure.
I'm saying right. He didn't even have to worry about a check. No, they just transferred that money through PayPal, and that cash went right to his account. Because Liam ain't gonna play.
Or he hasn't worked in a while because of that controversy. And he said, "I'll do it for free, Disney."
No, he did like 3 movies.
Bullshit. That is fucking Liam Neeson.
They've been straight to Redbox, but he tried to say,
yeah, no,
it don't matter. He's still getting money.
I forget.
And let me pull out a little thing called royalties. Y'all know how much the whole Taken franchise replays and repeats on like all of the channels. Okay, he getting money. It don't matter whether he's working on anything new. He's getting money.
Hey, if you guys,
he didn't need this Disney check.
If you guys watch Atlanta season 3, he made an appearance. It's actually really, really funny.
Did he? See, I got to get into Atlanta. Now that it's over,
Atlanta. Wait, what is Atlanta about?
Atlanta is Childish Gambino show.
Like people being weird.
A couple guys live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's about a rapper.
It's
what's his name show?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover's show.
Yeah. Donald Glover's that. Okay, yeah, I've never watched.
You guys got to get on.
I keep hearing about it, but I've never watched it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I got it. I'm now that it's finished, because I'm a big Donald Glover fan. So yeah, I definitely got to get off my.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing. I am a big fan of him, but I've never got into.
I was a big Donald Glover fan before. It was cool to be a Donald Glover fan. I watched.
I don't know.
I don't believe you guys are Donald Glover fans if you've not watched Atlanta.
Yeah, I know that sounds fucked up, right? Yeah, right.
You know the funny thing. About that though. See, here's how obscure Donald Glover fans can be though. Okay, you guys know what a creepypasta is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so there is this series of creepypastas based around this quote unquote shitty little gas station at the end of town. And anyone that's watching this later, if you're a creepypasta fan, you know exactly where I'm going to. Donald Glover was pulled into that just because the author of those creepypasta stories wanted him to be a character in one of those chapters. And it was absolutely hilarious and great the way they incorporated him. And if you don't know what any of that is, I will challenge you to go to Google and you search Tales from the Gas Station. And what you'll find is like a good, Jesus, where is he at now? Maybe 40, 50 chapters of the most awesomest and weirdest creepypasta scary story that you've ever heard. And it's all on audio. If you search just here on YouTube for Mr. Creepypasta, he narrates a lot of that. And he's very good at doing it. So go check that out. Shout out to Mr. Creepypasta. Shout out to the dude that pulled Donald Glover into his story while he was writing those books, because it's awesome, and it's just I like weird shit sometimes, and I like to share it.
Y'all ready to see more Donald Glover as what's his name?
He was Brian Billy D. Williams.
Williams character. Why is
and also shout out to Billy D. Williams, okay? Because I don't know if y'all know who Billy D. Williams was back in the day, but I'm an 80s kid, so my mom and all of my aunts were all in love with Mr. Colt 45, and Billy D was just that guy back in the day. So I love that they put him in that Star Wars movie back then, and I love that Donald Glover is the younger him for this. I mean, they had to do it. They had to do it the right way, though. You can't just pull Billy D. Williams.
He's the best. If you haven't seen Solo, AK, he's like the best part of that movie. Like,
and that's what I've heard. And that's one of the best things that I've heard about that movie is that Donald Glover rocked that shit. So yeah, definitely.
It's definitely the best part of that film. Even though
I hope to see more of that.
Can't recast legacy characters. But watch the
series about the legacy characters. This movie didn't do good. Not because of
not because the story might have been fucked up.
She says they're not doing that, but I also saw there's a Lando. There's possibly going to be a Lando Disney Plus series. So
they need to hurry up because we ain't got much time.
I mean, you know what? If they did that, just like Obi-Wan, I just need the story to be good and make sense.
Exactly.
I would absolutely watch it, and I would love it as long as the action works good with the world building. I'm a big fan of prequels, honestly. Like, random offsides. If you were ever a fan of the Hitman game, you know they made that fuck shit movie that came out a while back.
Which
Yeah,
one?
Mark
if
Wahlberg,
you
right?
look, if you look at no, it wasn't Mark Wahlberg. No,
Was
you're
it?
thinking about the one
Oliphant,
with him and Mila
Timothy Oliphant?
Kunis.
I know what you're talking about.
Timothy
Yeah.
Oliphant, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the
Yeah.
first one.
Ren,
Then
you
there
got
was
it right.
another one. I can't remember who the other guy was in that.
There was another one. But in the beginning sequence of the Hitman movie, there are scenes where there are kids that are at this government compound that are like in training for, you know, being hitmen, you would assume. That whole sequence is in the very beginning of the Dark Angel TV show sequence that used to be on Fox starring Jessica Alba. So Manticore and Hitman, their universes are tied together. If I could get a prequel for that shit coming together, I think that would be freaking awesome.
That'd be worth it.
That would be worth it. Like, Hitman wasn't that great of a movie, but if you give me this setup to how they got to actually where they were in Hitman and also with Dark Angel and seeing how that shit spiked, that could be a great story. So I love prequels. You just got to do them right.
A really good prequel that's going on right now, Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
I've heard that. Oh, I got to get into that. I've heard that
fire.
Shit is spectacular. Yeah.
Your dad likes it, and I agree with him.
And I love Star Trek. I love Star Trek.
Hey, y'all, check this out.
So I got to get into that. What's up? What you got?
What is that? Oh, no.
Oh!
Not bad.
Sir.
I'm more of a Star Wars fan, but that's for my mom. She's a big Trekkie, so I got it for her.
Right. See, me and your mom would be friends, and
yeah, you probably like that.
This might sound really off. You know, I am not into the male persuasions, but if I was, and I just because of that tattoo right there, I would probably hit on you right now. But you just ain't my flavor, bro. Don't take it personally. I just love the Star Trek verse that much. I really do.
You got
I think one of my first Hollywood crushes was probably Deanna Troi from Star Trek Enterprise.
Understandable.
And she still could get it today. Have y'all seen her lately?
Marina,
Marina Sirtis?
Yeah, she's
oh boy. Yeah, look, her and Avasarala from The Expanse.
Jonathan Frakes. Big Jonathan Frakes fan.
Yeah. Love the way
you know what?
I got to friend you so we can talk about nerdy women more often. I love it.
Oh, man.
Look, Riker was that dude. He was low-key the Enterprise Kirk.
Oh, yeah. Well,
when it came to it, you know.
Supposed to be.
He was hitting every damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of hits, let's talk about some hits that don't make no
I'm sorry, I'll be going way left.
No, you fine. But let's talk about some hits that don't make no damn sense. This was another nitpick. It was a bit weird.
It's not a good nitpick, and I can explain why.
You can explain.
Please do.
Please do. But I want lightsabers to mean something again.
Oh, he got two stomachs, right?
Because he only got hit. It was one stab through the stomach, right?
Yeah, one stab through the stomach. Reva got stabbed in the heart, and people are still alive. It's just what it is at this point.
And Anakin lost 4 limbs.
Exactly.
Anakin lost lit on fire. And
Darth Maul got sliced in half. I get it.
Right.
It happened.
There's some continuity issues. Is all we're saying, folks.
And
that's what I was asking when me and my crew went through. Is it just the dark side has like special perks like that?
I have an explanation. And I'm not a big Star Wars like geek. I love Star Wars, but like when it comes to lore, it was explained that guy actually has 2 stomachs. That Inquisitor. I forgot.
Okay, see, I remember that. I remember that.
Okay.
So that's the explanation of why he.
But that's him.
But they even explained it in Obi-Wan because Anakin, when he storms the Jedi Temple, he stabs Reva when she's a kid and she survives. Yeah. And it's because
I missed
did he actually stab her? Okay,
yeah,
I missed
he
that.
did stab her.
Yeah, I missed that too.
He stabbed her twice, which is
crazy.
Okay, I didn't know that, but still, Qui-Gon though, he only got stabbed once too, didn't he?
It's revenge. It's literally anger and revenge driving the body to keep going, which is the only thing that keeps Vader going. Which is why when he turns to the light side, he dies immediately because he's like, I'm not holding on to revenge. Yeah, he let go of the hate that was keeping him alive.
Interesting.
That's a good explanation.
You know what? Okay, that gives me another.
That's a good explanation. I wish someone would have wrote that at some point in the show.
Yeah.
Read some of the books.
That's like
thank you.
That's like when
I sent the show, sir. I'm not reading.
I know. Read a book.
I'm not reading shit. Disney said
I
that
read
shit
a
don't
book.
count anymore.
I own
All right.
3 books.
Stop that, Brogi. Stop it.
Disney said that shit don't count, so I'm not reading it.
Read a book.
Reading is fundamental. Stop it.
Reading is fundamental.
No,
I don't
I
read
mean,
comics.
but what I'm
I'll read a
saying is
comic,
that
but I
gives
don't
me
read Star
another
Wars.
Game of
I'm
Thrones
glad Wally
callback
explained that,
because Sept and Ray asked the Hound, like, what kept you going, bro? We thought you were dead. We didn't think you would survive when we found you. We smelled you like a mile away because the infections in his body were so bad. And the Hound's just sitting there eating his chicken like hate. And he continues eating his chicken, and that was it. Hate will give you some strength to do some shit, I guess. And honestly, when you look at world history, that checks out.
Well, I'll say that is a common phrase in
that
real
checks
life.
out.
Revenge is a great motivator.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dish.
I will stand by my Klingons always. revenge is a dish best served cold.
Exactly.
Just watch that film. That is absolutely true.
I love. If any of y'all ever get an inclination and want to talk about Star Trek stuff, hit your girl up because I'm down.
Let's kick Brogi out of here. The 3 of us can talk about Star Trek. The favorite Star Trek movie.
I mean, Brogi, I want to thank you for bringing the 3 of us together because
I mean, I said, I'm loving Strange New Worlds. I've been rewatching the movies. I have my moments with Star Trek. I'm
mad that there was never a Voyager movie.
You guys will probably disagree with this, but I do like J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek movie.
I think his first one.
Into Darkness? Yes.
Yeah.
No,
not Into Darkness.
Beyond is the best.
What was the first one?
The first one was
Star Trek 2009.
The Star Trek.
Into Darkness is the second one.
Wasn't the 2009 called Into Darkness?
No. That was the sequel.
Or was that the one with Khan?
That's
the one with Khan.
That was the one with Khan.
Now, Beyond, I think, is very underrated myself.
I think Beyond of those 3 is the best.
Either way, I like the first one, and I didn't think it deserved the backslap.
J.J. Abrams does a good job starting off movies. He did a good job to me when it comes to Star Wars, but he just doesn't know how to end a good story.
J.J. Abrams' whole philosophy on movies is the mystery box. It is set up a mystery. Mm-hmm. Don't ever open that box. Don't ever tell anybody what's in that box. Run away from the box.
Make them wait. Yep.
Doesn't work for everything.
Yeah, sometimes it don't work.
You're like, hey, this box is really interesting, and there's cool things in it, and here's a couple of things.
We
should
open it. No, don't open it.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
touch it.
Right?
I won't open it. You can open it if you want.
You can open it. Hey, you can want.
So you want me to complete this story without opening the box, sir? Okay.
Yes.
Because there's nothing in the box. That's the mystery.
There's nothing. Right. Yep. It's a mystery. Woo.
Yeah. Couldn't work with him. I couldn't work with him at all. We would fight every day.
But
he
he gave all that money at Warner Brothers.
That's one of his TED Talks. Actually, was about his concept of the mystery box. Right when Super 8 was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that was his whole thing. It was like, it's the mystery box. What's in the box? You never know until you open it.
That's so.
But you don't have to open the box.
I thought he did that so well with like something 2 Spocks and Vulcan being gone, and you got the old Spock having to come talk to the young Spock because you can't keep Vulcans away from each other. At that point, there's too few of them. They have to interact. It was freaking genius.
It was genius because you're continuing the story, but then when you do the multiverse thing or whatever, you can do whatever you want after that.
It still all fits.
But you know why that's a weirdly good movie?
Why is that?
Because it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
It does feel like Star Wars a little bit.
Because that was his first run for Star Wars. I really want to do Star Wars.
Yeah, that was like his pitch for doing Star Wars. If I do Star Trek and I make it like Star Wars, I can get to do Star Wars.
It worked.
I mean, it just happened.
It fell to shit after that, but it worked for that first movie. And also that cast is too famous now, so it's gonna take a lot of money for them to make the fourth movie.
You know what I find funny? Just another random offside. Thor is actually connected to this universe.
Yeah, he's his dad.
I'm a person when I write
the dad got famous.
When I write fan fiction, I like to make worlds collide and cross over. And like I connected, I don't know if y'all ever watched Glee, but I connected Sue Sylvester with her character from Criminal Minds, who was Spencer Reed's mom, was one of the best analysts on the Criminal Minds team. And it works if you do things the right way. And so I always love when movies do random crossovers like that.
Is that Matthew Gray Gubler's character?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and he's one of my favorites. His character is great.
It's a funny show. That's a good show.
It's just funny. I
watched like the first 4 seasons. Right? Is it Mandy Patinkin who's in the first season?
Mandy Patinkin, yes. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, Inigo Montoya.
Killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
All right, so
Star Wars.
I guess
So
Star Wars. Yeah, right. Let's wrap it. We're gonna get to the end, but we were saving this because I know Ian wanted to go off, and I know AK wanted to go off, and I might
come
go
through.
Off
Go. You go first, Ian.
But we can just get to this. Get this bullshit out the way. These idiots. Granted, they hustling, they bullshit to make their money and all of that, but it's getting to a point.
It's absurd.
Things out of hand when the captain of the Starship Enterprise has to come in and be like,
yeah,
hey,
right?
Yo, y'all wildin'. Like, what are we doing?
Bruh.
Why are y'all being so racist? What is happening? Like, don't be racist.
Yeah, that was a moment right there for sure. I mean, I appreciate him doing that, but it took a guy from a different franchise.
It took that.
They've always clashed. Not
Right.
the people, the fans always
That
clashed.
right,
It took them
always
yo,
beefing.
chill. This is a galaxy far, far away with aliens. Why are you tripping about gender and race?
Why are you mad though?
So weird.
Right. Well, like when Ewan McGregor said something about it, and basically all his fans were like,
I saw that video
fuck
he
you,
did.
then. Like,
Yeah.
you're just as bad.
Yeah, he was not having it.
You ain't no Star
I was
Wars
surprised
fan.
he did that because
Well, the thing
I'm
is,
glad he did.
Their whole argument is like, we're not racist. She's just not she's not a well-written character. It's definitely not her skin color and the fact that she's a
right.
woman.
But then whenever you see the
People don't
you see the
understand
comments is
criticism.
always
it
was like, I mean, the fact that the actress Moses Ingram, who plays Reva, got on, did her little Instagram thing, and she showed the comments, some of the comments that she was getting, which I appreciate. She did that because when what's her name, Kelly Marie Tran just went away, then the argument was like, oh, it didn't exist because she never showed receipts or anything. So I like that Moses Ingram was at least savvy enough to put that out there.
She jumped into to the shits. She's like, y'all want to know? Okay, here, this, that.
I like that Disney finally got off his ass and said something slightly, but they said something.
But they didn't say anything through Disney. They still made
Star
Wars.
Yeah, it was through the Twitter, but that's more than what they did.
That's more than they would normally do. Correct.
It's more than they do, exactly. And they just said, "Hey, don't be racist."
Yeah,
and for some reason, a lot of people got upset. A lot of people got upset because someone told them to not be racist.
If you get mad at someone telling you not to be racist, I think you just explain what you are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit odd. It sounds like hit dogs hollering, if you ask me.
Exactly. If someone walked up to me and said, "Don't be racist," I would be like, "Yeah,
I agree." Well, okay. If someone say that, or is that someone say, "Don't litter"?
Yeah.
And then I get mad, like, well, why can't I pet my trash here? And that, wait, hold on now, like,
right? Like, actually sit and think about what you're really angry about. Again, like I said in the beginning, Star Wars fans, they seem to want to continue adventures in this universe. But if it's not like a remake of things they've already gotten, they have an issue with it. Like, you have this great character that comes in, and she happens to be a woman of color, and and all this fuck shit starts going off on Twitter and all of the social media streams. And I'm looking like, have y'all actually watched her in action?
Yeah.
Have you paid attention to what the story is giving us right now? We only got one episode. Exactly. Well, you only got one episode. Do you maybe want to wait and see what's coming next?
Exactly. That was my whole thing. I wasn't in love with the character, but as it kept going and we got more of her story, I was like, okay, I like this story.
Right, exactly. It was so fitting because why wouldn't one of those young Jedi that survived when Order 66 came, why would they not be on the just submerged in their PTSD to get Vader? And of course, their skewed view is to go after who Vader says is the enemy, quote unquote. And they're doing that specifically so they can actually get to Vader. And Obi-Wan read that shit correctly. Again, you're not bringing me to him. I'm bringing him to you.
Gangster.
Okay? He already saw that shit, and she could not deviate from that. That was her stand. That's why, again, I said it didn't make any sense for her to be going after Luke in that final episode, because that completely deviated from everything that she was on in the beginning, from the whole setup that they gave her. That setup was great. And she was playing this perfectly. Mind you, again, she's playing the role as she is directed to play it. So all these assholes talking about she doesn't know what she's doing and blah 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 blah.
Shut up, virgin.
Shut the fuck up and just enjoy some new content. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Really? Do you actually want content in this universe?
But they don't like most of the old content either. So like I like
it's so absurd.
I only like
to
the
me.
3 Star Wars movies that came out when I was old enough.
Right, when I was like 10.
When I was a child when they came out. I only like episodes 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5, and 6, those are for old people. And 7, 8, and 9, those are for babies.
Which is so dumb.
But I still want new Star Wars.
Right, but I still want
new Star
more
Wars,
content.
but I want my Star Wars, but I hate my Star Wars.
But this shit sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure they're great at parties.
Something that I like.
Yeah,
this is
very
stupid.
good at parties, trust me.
Why do all these people of color have to be here? Why does it have to be political? It's fucking Star Wars. What do you mean? Why does it have to be political?
The whole thing's political, yeah.
A war within itself is politics. Are you joking?
Yeah. Have you ever read the crawl at the beginning of episode 1? That's about
trade deals and trade routes and the Galactic Congress.
Senate.
The Senate. Yeah, like come on.
A big part of those prequels.
Star Wars shouldn't be political. You have not been watching the same story I've been watching since the 70s if you think Star Wars is not political.
It's really what it is. The 4 hardcore cast, of course, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Leia, obviously white across the board. No offense to them. They're great. Who doesn't love them? Perfect characters. But if it's not looking vanilla like that across the board, they're going to have a problem. Even if there's a dog man and some androids in the mix, it's still not their Star Wars.
Well, the thing is, those same guys turn around and they go like, well, I like Lando. I like Lando.
Because Lando's barely there.
That's the thing. Lando
he's barely there.
Exactly. The black guy who's in those movies.
I like the one black guy amidst all of the vanilla faces. Like, you really think that's cool?
One time where they put more non-white people in somewhat prominent roles, and then that's when everybody loses that shit. Remember when they
did your place. You're supposed to be in the back.
Right. Remember the Force Awakens teaser trailer? Remember when that happened and the first shot was sweaty ass John Boyega?
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, oh my God, there's a black man in a stormtrooper suit. Like, people lost their fucking minds.
Mind you, everybody forgot about Samuel L. Jackson's ass.
Yeah.
Like really? This is where we at here?
He was that one black guy. Yeah, he was that one black guy for that generation. But when Disney did it, they added more and people, certain fans just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I got a question.
These are anti-tropes that they pull in and day out in multiple fandoms. Like, well, when Glee was big back in the day, and the whole thing was coming in with what's his name, Kurt's character getting a boyfriend. A lot of people were in the comments on Facebook, because Twitter wasn't that big back then, talking about, well, there's already one gay person on the cast. One gay person and 20 other people are all straight and going through bullshit teenage issues.
I used to watch it.
Like, they've got
like, for I was down with Glee for like seasons 1, 2, and 3, and then they just got absurd, and I was like, you know what? Nah, I can't fuck with this no more. But this is the same thing that happens here. Like, if more than one, quote unquote niche character gets in, they have an issue with it. I'm like, y'all really need to check your shit, because I think you need to look and evaluate yourselves before you try to critique these things in your fandoms, because I think you'll find out that the problem is not your fandoms and what the people in charge are doing, but the problem is you. This is space.
Go ahead.
We are talking about space in how many millennia above now?
In the past.
We don't have these issues no more.
Yeah,
it's the past.
Yeah, they're not tripping about race in Star Wars universe. They're tripping about like good and evil. But what I wanted to ask the panel, especially you, bro, because you mentioned something like you didn't care about much if it wasn't like Mando and Grogu and stuff like that. Now when we talking about Grogu was kind of a survivor of Order 66 from what we're kind of seeing in the flashbacks. Do you think there might have been some type of I think in the last season of The Mandalorian that they were what's her name was looking at his mind and seeing that he was there during Order 66.
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
Yeah. He was there when Order 66 was being put down.
Yeah. So do you think him and Reva possibly had crossed paths, and then now that
absolutely,
Reva is she's alive, and they're possibly doing more Star Wars. We're gonna possibly see an older version of Reva, maybe crossing paths with Grogu in the future in the Mandalorian season. What do you guys think?
I think that's a possibility. That's possible.
If they don't do,
but I think
season 2,
she might pop up in the. I think what would be better if she pops up in the video game, the Jedi Survivor video game. I think that would be better because that's still closer to that time period. And Cal Kestis was another Jedi that was on the run from the Inquisitors, and she was a former Inquisitor. I could see her popping up in the game. They keep saying they might do like a show about Cal Kestis. I could see Reva pop up in that, but her being old and popping up in Mando would be kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that would be kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
They just run into how Mando does all these side quests. One day they just on a planet where Reva's on it, and she's like Grogu, and Grogu's like da 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 da, and then
it'll be some bullshit like that, and then you'll see the other part where she was in his flashback and he saw her getting killed or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Yep. And then she explains everything because he's still out of the loop.
Or maybe she was the one that saved him after she got survived his lightsaber stat. I don't know. I'm still confused about how she survived it as a child because I missed that. I'm with you on AK. I missed that part, but it's like, wait, she survived that as a kid?
I'm
like,
saying,
wait a second. What's going on?
I get it. People could have redundant organs, just like Klingons. If a Klingon gets stabbed in the stomach, they got another stomach. Or even if they get stabbed in the heart, they have another heart that they can work on.
What type of species Reva is?
But
she's
Reva,
still,
as far as I know,
just because she looks human does not mean she is.
Exactly what I was getting at, Wally.
You could say that.
True.
She could have 9 stomachs. We don't know.
Hell yeah.
Right. But I gotta say that fight with her and Vader was fucking awesome. I think that's my favorite Vader fight, even more so than the one he had with Obi.
I love how she's dodging every shot.
He was in there like a boxer, just making it look pretty. Like,
blocking it like you're not that good. I know you think you're nice, son. You're not that nice.
He threw the lightsaber back at her and said, "Try again."
He took the shit, broke it in half, turned it off, and then just tossed it back at her. Like, all right, let me see your fucking light work. And she came back on, and he just over there like, Wait, what?
And he spun her around.
Do a little twisty thing. Like, you thought you was gonna get me with that fuck shit, didn't you? You thought you was that nice. Now let me school you, little girl. Nice.
The fact that she sliced at him instead of stabbing him, I thought was weird. I was like, you kind of had him just to stab him. I don't know why.
And that just shows you when you're not in your right mind to actually fight, then you shouldn't, because you can be distracted way too easily, and that one little distraction is gonna cost you your life.
Yeah.
Well, also, she doesn't even have a full Jedi training, let alone full.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. How does she get that good? See, that is a story I would like to see. Show me her travels from
is she that good,
surviving that stab and then getting to where she is right now, because she had to show some type of skill to get to where she is.
Well,
that's what
I think Wally had a good point though. Is she that good?
Because that good? Because nobody else has a lightsaber.
Only time you've seen her fight was with Vader, and it was an unfair fight. Everybody else, she has a weapon, and she's slicing hands off of people that don't fight like that.
Yeah,
so
people who are afraid of her who aren't going to fight.
So we don't even know if she's that good.
Exactly. That's why I want to see that story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She could pop up in the game. She could pop up
in her own series.
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened to the other kids that ran?
My dad is rooting for her to get
her own series. Yeah. You know what? If it was animated,
I'm with them.
If it was animated like Clone Wars with Filoni, I would probably watch it. But live action, I don't know.
I mean,
they got something.
I want to know. Yeah, I really want to know what happened to those other kids that ran with her, because they all said, "Okay, wait, everybody's dead and they're dying. What do we do?" And she's the one that said, "Run." I'm like, okay, well, where you running to? Where did the rest of y'all end up? How did she become her sister?
Those other kids got killed.
Those kids are dead.
What about the people in the Amber? Remember that? In episode 4 when Obi was in that room and they had all those people in the Amber and you saw people frozen?
So those are graves. And I think he says that in the...
They're graves? I thought they were... I said the tomb.
Yeah, he said they're tombs. A tomb is a grave.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, you're right.
Technically.
Playing semantics. No, you're right. Yeah, tomb is a grave. But I thought they were like preserving them and they was like throwing them out, and those would be like the new Inquisitors.
No,
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think it's more like big game hunting.
Oh, you think that was more like what it was?
Yeah, kind of like a trophy case. That's what I took it as too.
I don't think it might be a trophy case, but I think this is in the Mandalorian where they were talking about they had clones. They're using like
to make Snoke clones.
Exactly how they did it with Snoke.
No, I don't know. Please explain.
Okay, so there was a scene in Mandalorian where it was kind of tying in a little bit to the Rise of Skywalker of how Snoke was a clone of the Emperor. They were in the middle of creating that in the Mandalorian season.
Oh,
what if this is a tie-in of they're using these old younglings, their metachlorians or whatever they call it, to get to the cloning stuff. How they're trying to
get force sensitive clones.
Exactly. That's my theory too.
That's not bad.
I can see that.
Okay, I'm here for that.
I got them all for days, baby. I can do this all day.
Yeah. That can work actually.
I like it.
Give me one season 2. He's got to go back to Camino now.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if we get a season 2, please show me some good adventures. Give me some character building and some breadcrumbs that still feed into the narrative we already have. Because we already know where the story's leading. Right. You just got to sell me on this could have happened beforehand.
Yeah, I think what you said, too, is a good point. We know where it's going to go. It's eventually going to lead with Rey Skywalker. So let's just do stuff after that. That's my thing.
I want more Star Wars that's away from the Skywalker saga and away from I mean, like the Skywalkers are all done now, aren't they?
Yeah,
they all. Well, they can always come back.
I mean, like Rey. Kylo was the last one, wasn't he?
I know Rey is not blood related, but she did take the name, so
they
can always go like.
True enough.
They can still always just go like, all right, well, we're continuing the Skywalker saga, and they will. They absolutely.
Oh, they definitely pull that. If she wants,
the name gives too much of a draw.
They're definitely doing 10 through 12. Like those
There's
are coming.
So much you could do in this universe, though. But I agree with you, Wally.
Well, Taika Waititi's got his movie.
Right, and he says it's not going to connect.
John
to
Watts got his movie, and
wait, Taika Waititi has another Star Wars movie coming out.
He's got one in the works. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here for that. As long as Dan and Dave from Game of Thrones don't touch this shit, I'm glad they got fired from it.
Yeah, they're done. I don't think they're coming back.
And I think Rian Johnson isn't getting his trilogy either.
No, he said he's still waiting. He's still waiting.
I doubt they're going to go forward with it. He's got a pretty good deal going with Netflix and the Knives Out stuff.
I love Rian Johnson. I think I give him props regardless.
Knives Out.
Regardless of what people said about Last Jedi, I give him props for doing something different because every other Star Wars is like George Lucas says, it's like poetry. They rhyme. He's the first person out of all of these to be like, nah, I'm going to do Star Wars the way I want to do.
He's like, no, that shit's a haiku.
as a creative person, you got to give him props.
You got to give him props for that, right?
You got to give him props for being different. So, like, if he was to do his own like trilogy, I would be for it. Like, I think that trilogy failed more so because of J.J. Abrams.
New. I think it failed because they didn't have a plan.
That's obviously why it failed. They didn't have a plan, but like, look, if you're gonna do whatever Rian Johnson did, if you didn't like it, okay, cool. If you're going to do the next movie, you got to continue what Rian Johnson did.
But you got to show me something better. Yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
Be like, oh, no,
we backpedaling, baby.
J.J. Abrams was like, I'm not doing what he did. I'm going to do my own thing. There was Palpatine's back.
Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
Worst line in Star Wars history.
We won't explain it. We'll never tell you how.
Worst line in Star Wars history.
Palpatine lives. I said, wait, what?
Yeah. Palpatine
lives. Wait, hold on. How though?
Did you guys Did you guys hear what it was supposed to be, like the Dueling Fates movie or whatever?
Duel of Fates.
Duel of Fates, yeah. So supposedly it was supposed to be way different. Palpatine was going to have he was going to have like some type of appearance, but he wasn't like the main baddie. And Luke was going to be like a Force ghost haunting Kylo Ren.
I'm glad we kind of avoided it. I ain't gonna hold you.
It sounded pretty badass though. Luke,
the script got.
It sounded badass, but I've seen 2 of his Jurassic World movies, and I know his writing is not the best.
I ain't gonna lie though. Luke as a Force ghost haunting Kylo Ren would have been badass. I like the concept. Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
To save the day and all of that. Like it sounded dope. Don't get me wrong. It has some.
I like the idea of Luke as a Force ghost opening and closing cabinets in Kylo's
flicking on lights and shit.
Pushing around.
A Meadville Star Wars.
I'm sorry, nephew.
I have failed you.
I told you I'd see you around, kid.
Right. I told your mother I don't like children.
Yeah.
You didn't believe me. Anyway.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
funny.
Anyway,
I got your dad with me.
you're right. Yeah, here's your dad. He's the Force Ghost now too.
How? Who cares?
Or he's a memory.
If
he's
you
proud
think
of
about,
you.
think about who Kyron is, like
Kyle.
just to see him interact
He was
with
a Kyle.
with those ghosts, it's just yeah, he was totally a Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kyle Ren.
That would be some funny shit to see on screen. Like, this would be like the Star Wars crossover of Monty Python that we didn't know we needed.
Right.
Kyle Ren.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
That's funny.
Y'all,
Just drinking Mountain Dew all day, and being mad.
So I think we can all agree on this one. MVP of the show. Who's the MVP of the show? AK.
MVP of the show. I don't know. No, nobody's probably gonna agree with me, but I gotta put it up as a tie between Little Leia and Tala. Like Tala wasn't that big of a character, but the interjections that she had to put in, those were very key moments where her decisions were needed. And Little Leia, like I said in the beginning, this is the badass general that we came to know and love. This is where she started. And fuck y'all if you don't think that that's actually what she was like as a kid. I think you haven't been around children if you don't think that an adult that acts like Leia does was a child like this. This is how I see it.
Mouthy.
So yeah, that's my choice.
Ian, who you got as MVP of the show?
Oh, I think it's hands down Darth Vader. I think it put my love in. I mean, it's the normal answer, but like, the stuff that he did is just like from the television shows to the comics, like him bringing down a whole ship. Oh my god,
that was cool. That was a good moment.
I can't. It was his show.
He was not having that fuck shit, and then his face when he saw he'd been duped, he was like, "You know what?
Why didn't he just take the?
I Obi-Wan, I got you." No, it was about continuing the chase.
Oh yeah,
he had to rebuild. He was a little tired.
It was basically like when you got one over on your parents. And they were mad at you already, and they just look at you like, all right, you know what, little motherfucker? Okay.
When I got see you.
But when I catch you next time.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a cliche answer, but I got to give it to Darth, man. That was the best Darth Vader stuff we've seen since Rogue One, man. Seriously.
I give you that.
Wally, MVP of the show.
It's definitely that green bull for Multiverse of Madness.
God damn it! I knew you was going to say it.
Sir.
Yeah, it's definitely that guy. My favorite character from this.
That's your favorite line. I knew you was going to say that. The green bull for Multiverse of Madness. Yes, absolutely.
I don't know.
The bull that they hyped up so much, and they
this old action
didn't
figures and everything. What's his name? Who knows? Who cares?
Green bull.
Hey, he's such a good character in the comics. Like, you assholes really wasted him like that.
Green bull. Sam Raimi said, "Yeah, I want that."
Yeah, I want that guy. He looks fun.
Yeah, put him in the movie.
Yeah, don't let him talk. Shit, man, I don't know. I mean, fuck, I sound like an asshole. I sound like an asshole.
No, it's okay to not know something. No,
well,
you
could. I sound like an asshole if I say Obi-Wan, but they're like that's where my heart says.
No, you don't. If that's your pick, that's your pick.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan was dope too.
That's the only reason I watched the show.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
I didn't watch it for Vader or Little Leia or Luke or Uncle Owen or Aunt Beru. Actually, Aunt Beru. That's my answer.
You know what? Aunt Beru was kind of lit.
Unsung hero.
Wally, how dare you give Obi-Wan props on his own show?
I know. Well, I feel like it's too easy. That's why I was like, Aunt
Beru said, "Bitch, I'm standing my ground. We ain't going nowhere. Hand my goddamn gun. I ain't going nowhere."
I totally forgot. I didn't mean to bring her up. Yeah, when that shit came down, Owen was like, "We gotta run." Bru was like, "Where the fuck we going?"
Right.
This is my home, motherfucker. I don't know what you thought it was.
She's like, I know what Sith are. I know how to get out of a cult.
Right. Yo, Bru was about that life. If I need a space wifey that is gonna hold me down on a desert planet, okay, I'm picking Bru. Her and Chani from Dune are the only two options in that scenario. That's it. And since I can't have Chani, I'm taking Aunt Bru. She got it covered. She gonna hold it down, and I'm here for her.
For me, it's absolutely it's Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, Obi. All right. Well, for me, I gotta agree with Ian. It's Vader because whenever he was on the screen, I was definitely like
you
super
forgot
into it. Yeah, that
everybody
moment when
else.
he ran up on Reva and he choked the shit out of her, I was like, "Yo, what is going on?"
Yo, and Reva ran up on him, and he
was
just
not
like
for the
back.
games. Did
Yeah.
you really think I didn't notice, youngling?
Crazy.
Like mother, you thought you was getting one over on me, bitch?
Like, your usefulness is over now. It was kind of fun.
Like, it was fun playing with you for a minute now, but nah, get the fuck out my face now. I'm done with you.
Shut it down. We are shutting it down now. And we already talked about what's next. Which good ideas on what could possibly happen with the rest of this. I think the next show is Ahsoka the next one?
It's either Ahsoka or Mandalorian.
I've heard that Ahsoka is coming out, but I think Mandalorian is going to come out before Ahsoka.
Okay.
And also, shout out to Rosario Dawson. Like, she is and has been for many years my number one nerd wife in Hollywood. This woman, first of all,
she's definitely my number one for a long time.
She's Espanol, so and I love hearing ladies speak the Spanish language. And she's from New York, which is where my heart always lies. And she's into comics. Like my girl writes comic books, y'all. Did y'all know that about her?
Mm-hmm. Did I know?
She is in the nerd life, and I mean, look at all the shit she's done with DC. She ain't doing that shit just for shits and giggles. No, she is in the comic verse. That's her life. That's what she loves, and I absolutely appreciate it. So I know you're never gonna see this video, Rosario, but I love you.
Never.
Drinks to you, ma'am.
Wait, hold on. Damn it. Hold on, I did it wrong.
Oh, we all gotta shut up, huh?
No. I was trying to do it. There we go. Say what you gotta say.
Yeah. Say what you need to say.
Rosario, my lady. I know you never see this, my lady, but if ever there's a time where you need AK on your team, AK will answer the call. You send out the banners, you send out the Ravens, I will answer the call.
There you go. There we go.
I appreciate that, Brogi. I appreciate that.
No problem.
You know, I always try to be a good wingman for my fellas, and I appreciate when my fellas come through for me.
I'm not hating. But I think that's all we got really to say on this here Obi-Wan show. It's a show you want to hate, but you can't.
But you can't. Like, how can you hate it? Well, see, hold on. I call that into question, though. What do you mean you want to hate it? I didn't come in wanting to hate it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people want.
I wanted to like it, and I did.
Yeah, I wanted to like it too. And it's like I can't really. I can nitpick, but I can't really just go. It's just.
There's definitely some things to pick at.
It's the show that shitty Star Wars fans want you to hate.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well said. So wait, hold on. Say that again.
Me?
Say it again,
please.
Oh, I said it's the show that shitty Star Wars fans want you to hate.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So have your own mind, people. Don't listen to people.
Exactly. Watch the show, make up your own decision.
Shut the fuck up when you don't like it.
Exactly.
The funny part is a lot of people were boycotting
fandoms out there, y'all.
Yeah, people were boycotting Disney Plus after Gina Carano got fired, but I've seen these same people not shutting the fuck up about
Still
Obi-Wan.
in here talking that bullshit.
Yeah, I guess you guys didn't leave, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought y'all was supposed to be gone.
I thought they was boycotting. I got paid to watch it by my patrons. Okay, bitch. All right.
It's like they were just talking shit and didn't mean it.
Also, though,
weird.
Gina Carano, like that's the hill you willing to die on.
That's the hill you willing to die on. I know, right? That's wild.
Because that just makes me think you a shitty person in general, not even a shitty fan. You're just a shitty person.
Couldn't be me. But let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm gonna let Mr. Wally here. I'm gonna let him get his shit out the way first. I'm gonna let you go first, Wally.
Oh, okay. I already said my piece earlier. Don't be a shitty racist Star Wars fan. And go listen to my podcast. It's Panel Surfing. I do it with my dad. Comes out every Wednesday.
All right. First is the AK. Let the people know where they can find you.
That you can find me sometimes on my channel, which is AK Watch. You can find me more on my friends' channels. Most importantly, actually, and Brogi, I got to put you in the top 3 also. DJ11 You'll find me, him, and Fandom D Saint talking about random nerd things on Tuesdays and Thursdays now because there's so much content out there we got to cover. Tuesday we'll be covering The Boys, and Thursday, I don't recall if we've picked something to cover Thursday. Thursdays we were doing Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan's done now, so we'll get something else in that time slot. Just go check out DJ11, sub to him, and me and Fandom will be there with him. And also I'll be doing stuff with Brogi, and I'm sure at another point I'll be on with RJ and the crew talking about some other nerd stuff. Again, go sub to RJ. He's awesome on Silver Sight Network. And I'll be here. Hopefully, Brogi's gonna have me back again, and I'd love to do something with Wallace and Ian. I mean, if you guys are inclined to trivia games on every other Friday, me and my crew, the Citadel of Trivia, we do a trivia game based in many different categories. We started off just doing Game of Thrones stuff, but we branch out to many different things. If you want to come through and guest host, we always love a guest host. Y'all hit me up. So and special invite to you, Brogi, Ian, and Wallace. Come through. We always look for new folks to come and hang with to bring in a different category that we may not have thought of. And I'd love to hang with y'all and get to know y'all more for the lulz, because that's what we're here for. We're here to have a good time. So I love to give my people new content.
I'll show up and do niche Blue Beetle trivia.
Yeah, hey, come through. Yo, you speaking my language. Come through. I love a good cosplay. I love a good cosplay. You know, one of the only cosplays I've ever done, and this can actually be found on the internet, is of Lieutenant Belama Torres from Star Trek Voyager. Had the cool Klingon hair, had the ridges on the forehead, full uniform. So yeah, absolutely. At some point in time, I'll probably do that again. Maybe this Halloween. I don't know. But come through, check your girl out. I got some good stuff coming up. Hopefully we can get it all out for Halloween. I do, bit of a sad note, I do have a surgery coming up that is very major to my health. So if y'all can keep me in your thoughts also, I would very much appreciate that. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'll actually still be around to enjoy all of these streams that we got coming up. Thank you again, Brogi, for having me on. This is a blast. And I very much hope that we can do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Ian, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Oh yeah, thoughts for you, and you got, looks like you have the power of the light side, so you will survive. And Wally, if you ever want to,
I do hope so.
Yes. And Wally, if you ever want to do a trivia on her show, you're going down. I'm gonna kick that ass.
Hey,
probably.
Come through.
All right, so.
Probably. Same.
But I'll do it. I'll gladly lose for views.
Well, see, that's the thing. You wouldn't actually be a contestant. Our chat room are the contestants. You would come up with the questions. Yes.
Okay. Well, then I can't lose. I can't lose.
What? You can't? No. I bet you could. I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you, Wallace.
I definitely still could.
So yeah, follow me on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/IanEliteCarter. We do movie reviews, we do pop culture talk, all that stuff. And yeah, I like to have a good time. I noticed some of you guys like comic books. I'm actually creating a comic book that hopefully will be out at the end of this year.
Hey.
I'm gonna give you guys the first look of my cover. I'm actually dropping the cover look next week. But I'm gonna give you guys a quick exclusive real quick. It's called Angel and Reset, Volume 2. Robo Karens, and here you go.
I remember seeing some of that on one of your Instagrams. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit. Okay.
That was great.
That's all you
get.
That's all you get. That's all you get.
I like that. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
That was an exclusive right here.
Got the exclusive.
Dropping
y'all heard it here first.
Yeah,
y'all heard it here first.
Hell yeah. All right, and I'm your host, Brogi Naric. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
I mean, can you bring your face on the screen though, please? Just for like these last few minutes.
Yes, I guess. Hopefully won't.
Yeah, if you're gonna have the Darth Vader on there, you gotta have the Darth Vader voice.
Yeah,
if you're not gonna do that,
I don't have that. I don't have a voice modulator.
Do the full cosplay on it.
I don't have a voice modulator.
Gotta commit if you're gonna do that.
I want to get that with the soundboard and all of that.
That would have been hilarious. You did the whole podcast in Darth Vader's voice.
That would have been dope.
That would have been cool. Maybe for Mando. I don't know. Do the Mando voice. He did that. He did that when we talked about Mando. I remember
I did do that. I made a whole Mando
cosplay.
cosplay.
The helmet and everything. It was awesome. But anyway, so yeah, I'm your boy BrogiNaric. Find me on those things. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and check out all these fine people on the panel. And stay tuned for more. All right. Peace.
Thanks for watching.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.